Dom.
What's going on?
Dom, can you speak? Do you have a minute?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Dom, I woke up this morning.
All right.
Having a positive feeling all over my body. I thought I could accomplish anything. That is, until at 4:33 this afternoon, I broke my diet. McDonald's. Go figure, huh?
You see this?
See what?
You see this flash drive in front of me?
I see
It's
it.
given to me by my father, okay? It's 3 megabytes. This is everything to me, okay? This is my fucking life. It's inside of this, all right?
I can see that.
It has every... this flash drive is... I'm giving it to you, okay? You gotta hold on to this flash drive.
Me?
While I go over... Yes, while I go out of town for this weekend, okay? I need you to hold on to this flash drive.
You go. I'll guard it with my life.
Yeah, it's 3 megabytes, alright? Make sure you don't format it either, okay? Because I got some documents on there, okay? It's important, okay? And I'll see you.
Dom,
What's up, man?
do you have another moment to speak?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to break this to you. Last night, I got real drunk. So smashed. Decided to get behind the wheel. I drove home through intensive traffic.
Okay.
Nearly got in an accident. And then, I got home safe. Nearly died, but I was fine. You're listening to the Double D's podcast.
I'm Dom.
I'm D.respect.
You got a great set of tits.
I get so angry thinking about this kid.
Because that's what most people are bitching about.
I'm from New York, you know what I mean? We like to eat out here, you know?
You gotta stop looking at interacting with people online as a cheap date. My father used to drink.
Get the fuck away from me! I'm done!
I come a lot, by the way.
You're a good bull, the rap stuff.
If you didn't say it, somebody in the comment section would have said it.
It's like how you feel when you're having a paranoid high.
That's a dynamic connection right there.
Is that the sound of you being birthed? Coming out of the womb?
You're listening to the Double D's podcast.
I'm Dom.
I'm D.respect. Come on, you gotta, come on. This isn't gonna be one of these podcasts where
I say it that way every fucking time, alright?
no, but
Our energy levels balance each other out.
no,
I
the delay. Well, come on, let's do this again. You're listening to the Double D's podcast.
I'm Dom.
I'm D.respect.
Wait, let's try one more time.
You're listening to the Double
I'm
D's.
Dom.
You're listening to the Double D's
I'm
podcast.
Dom.
I'm D.respect. I'm there with
Hi,
you, man.
guys. Make sure you rate and review, subscribe to us on iTunes. It helps us very much. You guys actually did a good job last time when we put our fingers on your dicks and said, listen, you fuck. Go and rate. You did a good job. We're at 107 right now. That's better than we thought. Right? That's good. We're happy now, okay? Now your legs don't have to be broken.
We're pleased.
You like your legs? Good.
We're pleased. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because we also have a very important announcement to make. All right? We've never made announcements on this show. We're making an important announcement, and we want you to stay tuned because it's you're going to love this. Because
It's not a gay joke from D.respect.
No, it's not a gay joke. It's not. It's you know, with the 100th episode coming. This is episode 99. Okay? We've got 99 problems and a podcast ain't one. Okay?
Ugh.
So it's coming up, and just stay tuned. Just sit down. I don't know what the fuck you're doing right now. I don't know if you're doing your homework.
They're probably just walking around.
You're probably just walking around, just
Their mom's yelling at them.
having like existential thoughts about like life and contemplating your mortality and just hold on. We'll have an important announcement later, okay?
I gotta say, this is actually not the 99th episode. This is the 100th. This is technically the 100th episode.
No, it is not technically the 100th because because what happened a couple days ago has happened before.
Oh, okay. So this is 101.
No, because let's
This has happened.
it's happened before. You ruined the podcast one time.
I did?
Yes.
From what?
Very. Can I tell you something? You have a very selective memory, sir. I remember way back. This must have been maybe in the 20s. Maybe in the 20s or some shit. You did some asinine shit, and we lost the podcast, and then we argued about it. If I knew exactly what number it was, I would.
Yeah, because it didn't
I
happen.
would fucking play it right now. I would.
My computer crashed, I think.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was something like that. I'm not sure. But we did record the 99th original episode about 4 days ago. I actually had one of my friends here in studio with me, and it was a very pleasant podcast, a very nice conversation. Some of the things that we spoke about on that podcast, we're going to touch on it again here. Dom has listened to his audio from the last podcast, so he's going to try to lip sync it. It's going to be pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is actually I'm not speaking to d.respect right now. This is just a recording. He's trying to match all the gaps.
Yeah.
Is that not right?
Yes.
Is that not correct?
Yes, it was a tough job, but I got it done.
Yeah.
But I did indeed get it done. Hey, are you excited for what's about to happen in just several hours from now? I don't know.
Avengers is going to be released.
No. Avengers was yesterday, sir.
Avengers.
No. Avengers was Friday. All right. No, I'm talking about man things right now, and we're talking about the biggest fight.
Yeah, I know, between Hulk and Thanos and Ultron.
This is me getting upset now.
You turn green?
Yeah. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah, I know. Mayweather, Pacquiao.
I'm surprised you knew who was fighting.
I've been following this. I've been curious. This is a huge fight.
Mm-hmm.
A huge title fight. I mean, this thing has been talked about. I'm not even a huge boxing fan, and I know that this thing has just been... These guys have been ducking each other for years, not wanting to do the drug test, and then this guy doesn't want to do the drug test, and then Mayweather's always talking shit about people and being mean.
Mm-hmm.
He's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy. He paints himself into that corner. He does.
I think he likes it, but I mean, Pacquiao's the underdog. He's been knocked out more times, right?
Well, I mean, to my recollection, he's only been knocked out once.
I thought it was 3.
No. Well, that knockout was just so bad that it seemed like multiple knockouts. It was by Juan Marquez. I know he has a middle name, but I can't remember what it is. Marquez put him to sleep. Manny just shut down. The system shut down, and he just went to bed. And that was very shocking. But I think that was about 4 years ago. I think Manny's had about 2 to 3 fights since then. And... from what I've heard, he's looked well. I don't follow boxing that much. I used to follow it more, more my childhood than anything.
Are they talking about some figure about 180 mil for this fight?
Oh, is that what it is? I don't know what the purse is, but I do understand that it's a 60-40 split in favor of Mayweather.
Oh, the odds or whatever?
No,
based on what?
The purse.
Wait, so you're saying if no matter who loses, they get 40%?
Yeah, Manny's camp gets 40% and Mayweather gets 60%. Yes.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying that if Mayweather wins, he still gets 60%?
Yes, that was the stipulation.
They decided beforehand how much money they would get?
Yeah, of course they did.
I thought it was whoever won gets all the money.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's how it's normally done, but Mayweather, if I'm not mistaken, I think he owns his own promotion company. Maybe.
Oh.
I know that. Well, no. I think the promoter that's actually putting this together is Bob Arum, who's the biggest promoter in boxing. I'm not sure, but obviously Floyd is the bigger brand here. This fight that's why all the money is going into the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is it's $80 to $100. You said it's 80. I heard it was 100. I'm not sure. 80 to 100. That's ridiculous. I've never heard of a pay-per-view that expensive, and it's in Vegas. So Mayweather is definitely driving this fight as far as the ticket sales go. So I think it's reasonable, but I think at this point Manny just has something to prove, and the money is it's in the back burner.
Is he older than Mayweather?
Floyd Mayweather's older. Floyd Mayweather, I believe, is 38, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think we checked this on the last one. Yeah, he's 38 years old, and Manny, I think, is like 36. Only you wouldn't know it because Manny Pacquiao looks like a rapist. So he looks a little older. I am a rapist. Manny Pacquiao.
Pacquiao looks like a creepy sort of slow kid. He looks like the dude who never talked, and he's like, but it's just you shouldn't fuck with him because he'd probably just snap on you. he has that look in his eyes, you know.
Mm-hmm. He does. Hey, almost cross-eyed, almost at times it seems. But I think it's going to be an amazing fight. I mean, I told you this before. I think if it's a great fight, there's going to be a rematch, no matter who wins. If it's a great fight that goes the distance, if Manny wins, there's going to be a rematch, and if Mayweather wins, that's it. It's over. Which boxing loses a lot of money if Floyd wins, I think.
We should talk about the real purse of this fight, okay? With the real winnings, all right? If Pacquiao wins, all Filipino food in New York and on the East Coast, I'm sorry, all Filipino food in America is free for the next week.
Okay.
You go to any Filipino restaurant, I could walk into Jeepney and just be like, yo, give me a burger.
This is always about Jeepney. It's always about Jeepney.
I want that burger so bad. That banana ketchup on there. It's delicious. Anyway, yeah, that's what happened. And if Mayweather wins,
Popeyes,
nothing.
Popeyes can open up. I
don't think black people even like him that much.
Black people don't like him that much?
I don't think so. It's kind of because he's annoying and he's mean. Mm-hmm. He says mean shit all the time.
Well, look, man. Look, there's a big video, very popular video I think is about 3 years old, and it was from Mayweather's. It was from one of those HBO series where where they follow the whole fight.
Yeah.
Up until the fight night, and it's an argument between Floyd Mayweather and his father. Senior. And you can tell in that argument that they were having. It was in Floyd's boxing gym. Tons of people were there, and I think it had started because Floyd Mayweather's father said that he was the person who trained him, and then Floyd took a cheap shot. He said, "You can't train anybody when you're locked up." I guess his father had a criminal past.
Did he have were his eyes shimmering when he said this?
When Floyd said it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he was just waiting to get that off his shoulders.
Bitch ass nigga, like he was behind bars, man.
Terrence Howard is Floyd Mayweather. So they were arguing, and besides coming off like a bit of an asshole because he was taking shots at his dad, what you could really see was the pain, that you could tell that there's a lot of history there, and that's what drives him. That's what drives him. Sadly, I mean, it's sad that that's probably what part of what drives him.
No, wait. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, no, it's not that sad. All right.
Why not?
It's not that sad because this dude is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying that figure because it's probably true. It's not sad because it's as sad as Michael Jackson becoming the greatest pop star of all time, even though his dad used to beat the shit out of him when he was a kid, and he ended up touching little boys, and he was all fucked up in the head.
Hey, that nigga made Billie Jean. He didn't touch those kids.
Dumb lyric from K-Dot. But it's as sad because, I mean, look what happened because of it. I was just talking the other day to my aunt. I was like, he got his ass beat and all this shit, and it's like this super dark thing, and people talk, oh, he was abused. Yeah, but fucking look at him as an adult.
Yeah, but you almost say it as if that heals the wounds.
No, it doesn't.
That pacifies it. It doesn't heal the wounds. Those wounds are never healed. If you had a dark past, I can only assume. So maybe what I'm saying might be a bit disingenuous because I don't have any deep and dark issues with my parents that happened when I was a kid. But I can only assume how that stuff can affect you, and there's no way that you can get that back. There's no way that you can get your innocence back. Doesn't matter how much money.
Sure, but I think some of the greatest people that have ever lived, the greatest artists, and I don't even want to talk about politicians. They're fucking dumb. I think the greatest people that have ever existed have come out of these situations that are like really fucked up and dark. And they have to take that energy and convert it into something else because they have, because ultimately they're fighting themselves. They're fighting their own feelings of self-worth and all that shit.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I don't think that makes it. That still doesn't mean it's not sad, even if they've turned their Even if they turned it into triumph, I think there's still some sadness to it. I mean, because you could obviously see, if you watch this video, you could obviously see the pain in his face, that it had more to do.
Yeah, and he wiped his tears away with a
$100 bill.
And then he carefully tucked the bill in his pocket because he wanted to use it later.
Yeah. So, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, I still think that, of course, that's probably what drives him, like I said, but I mean, with regard to the Michael Jackson thing, what I've always felt that was sad about Michael was, the fact that, he was almost. I don't believe that talent is something that's. I don't believe in God-given talent. I believe that you have abilities, and of course, it's up to you to work on your skill and to grow those abilities. To grow it like a muscle. So obviously he had something as a kid, and it was so amazing that it's almost like he had a duty to the rest of the world, but he kind of lost his childhood in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think is the saddest thing about him. I don't even think it's about him getting his ass whooped. I just think it's about him just being just a fish in a fishbowl ever since he was like 5 or 6, and it never stopped.
That was more?
Yes, it never stopped.
But let's be honest here. It's like if he wasn't in that fishbowl all the time, we wouldn't get all this music. I'm not saying I'm not saying this stuff should have happened to him, but I'm just saying, you know how you make a Michael Jackson? That's how you make one. You sacrifice his childhood to the beast that is, media corporations and the music organizations, Motown. You sacrifice things. People don't become great unless you give, it's all sacrifice, dude. I believe that.
Yeah, the diamond. Right. The only way to make a diamond is out of pressure.
Yeah, you sacrifice relationships, your sanity, you having parents, and all that shit. Even if you have parents, it's like you spending time with people. You sacrifice all that shit to create that stuff. So I mean, and it is crazy. Going back to that whole Kendrick "Mortal Man" track, it's like, it is kind of fucked up that we cannibalize people, even though they get put through this blender, and we gain things from them, and then we're so quick to eat people alive and hold them up right afterwards, as if they were the greatest thing. But it's so volatile. It could be anything. I don't know. I guess when you get to that level, it's just everything you do is just explosive. And
Jon Jones, UFC heavyweight champion, formerly heavyweight champion. Just recently, just in case you guys don't know, Jon Jones was arrested for a hit and run about 4 or 5 days ago, probably, around the time when Dominic fucked up the 99th podcast. And
you piece of shit.
I did it. I said it. I did it. So Jon Jones apparently had a hit and run. He hit a pregnant woman's arm. He broke her arm.
That's bad.
And somehow the car was wrecked.
That baby better be okay.
I think it was, because that's the only thing that's being mentioned right now is just her arm.
Right, because otherwise they would have, yeah.
So apparently the car got wrecked, and Jon Jones was seen fleeing from the scene and then coming back to the scene, I guess to get maybe...
They said he got some cash from the car and then ran back.
Oh, is that what it was? It was cash? It wasn't like something... Because here's the thing. Because it was also suspected because he disappeared for a few days. He disappeared for like a day or two. So what's being suspected is that maybe he was under the influence of something. You remember that I think in Jon Jones, his last fight, late last year, Jon Jones tested positive for cocaine. So obviously he's doing some drugs. Maybe he's popping some mollies. I have no clue. And he was under the influence while he hit this lady. So that only makes it worse. And he disappeared. But now he's been stripped of his UFC title, and there's going to be a fight scheduled between two guys who he beat the shit out of, I think. And, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I don't keep my ear close enough to the MMA world to know if he's being vilified, but...
I don't really think so. And they're kind of... From what I've seen, their reaction has been very much supportive. Like, okay, he lost the title, but, we will try and help him or something. It's sort of that tone, this is shitty for everyone. And it was a very kind of PC thing, but honestly, it felt like they were in his corner. It was like, okay, we'll help this guy, whenever he's ready to come back and that sort of shit. And he's like firing off the apologetic tweets and all that.
Oh, he is he?
Yeah. He's like, I need to do some soul searching. I'm sorry if I've hurt anybody, my fans. You know that speech?
Yeah.
You have to give this. You have to give that speech for the kids following you or whatever the fuck.
The speech that was written by your publicist. Basically, if you
I am deeply ashamed.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so just this last week, you were caught in your room with broken dicks all over your room. All right, there were broken dicks everywhere. Now you must apologize on this podcast, sir. Get the paper up.
I would like to thank you all for coming here today to my press conference. My name is Dom, and I am the multi-million-dollar owner of Dom's Sketch Cast. I will answer questions at the end. I am deeply sorry for anyone that. Sorry, I dropped it.
Dom.
Yeah.
David Nielsen, Washington Post.
Okay.
I have reason to believe that there were approximately 21 broken dicks in the room. Can you confirm that, sir?
That's hearsay. That's hearsay. Please. Oh God, my publicist didn't tell me. Look, it was actually more than 21. Oh, I actually know what I mean. What I meant to.
No further questions, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Okay. Just let me finish this up. Okay. I'm sorry, but there were broken dicks everywhere in my room. I'm sorry. Okay. For the kids who follow me. Okay. You can still be somebody, and I'm sorry, and I will do everything I need to do to repent. Okay. I'll take one more question.
Yes, sir. David Nielsen, again, Washington Post, the guy who just basically broke you down on live television. I have reason to believe that, along with those 21 broken dicks, Underwater Eddie was also in the room?
I cannot confirm or deny that.
Oh, listen, man, I wasn't anywhere fucking near them, dude. And you know what else fucking Nielsen, whatever the fuck your name is, dude? You see that tiny little dick in your pants?
I see it.
You think that thing's gonna stay straight?
I was hoping it would.
When you walk out of this place, you're fucking walking home at night. You're taking the metro home. Mm-hmm. You think that thing can't be broken? Look, I can break your dick from anywhere, okay?
I'd like to see you
watch
try.
your fucking ass, okay? Watch your ass. You cocksucker.
Just come over here and try.
Motherfucker.
Love to see it.
Yeah, so
that press conference got a bit out of hand.
Yeah, I know. It was rough.
It really did get a bit out. I don't know if
Eddie. It's all over ESPN.
It's going to be on one of those ESPN lists of press conference fights, which there are so many of them. Just classic. It's one of the best parts about being a sports fan when you have press conference meltdowns. They're the absolute most. I love them.
They're just mad. They're sitting there, I had to fucking this stupid shit. Do you feel like there was anything better you could have done? I mean, you guys lost 89-3.
What we could have done better. We could have thrown the ball better.
I know, but you know all the bases were loaded, and you guys could have gone through.
Well, despite the fact that I said throw the ball, so that was actually a reference to football, and now you're making a reference to home runs.
Okay, don't get snippy with me. Okay,
what kind of a journalist are you? Did you ever play the game? Did you?
I mean, in high school, I was a big admirer.
Okay.
I actually focused more on my studies instead of being a fucking jock going on fucking everyone's girlfriend. You know,
Dom's speaking for all the geeks listening to this podcast right now. They just all pump their fist in fucking unity. Yeah. You tell them, Dom. We studied. Look, the greatest of all times, and we'll get back to the Mayweather and Pacquiao because we will have predictions. The greatest rant was made by an old coach for the Colts, for the Indianapolis Colts. His name was Jim Mora. I don't remember who the fuck they lost to, but basically he was just saying that the team sucked, they sucked, and one of the reporters then asked him about the playoffs. Jim Mora's reaction was classic. His reaction, I'm not going to imitate it. I'm going to put it in the description below. But basically what he was conveying was, I can't believe you even asked me about the playoffs. I hope our team can just win one game. You're expecting us to make, like, you have no idea how terrible we are, do you? Great.
Was it how we are or these guys? Was he separating himself from his team?
No, he said we. He said we. He's just
we are so terrible.
He literally said, I just hope we can win a game. Like, that's all.
Oh my fucking god!
But it's
embarrassing.
Yeah, it's a very short clip actually. You should check it out. Hold on. So who would you say is got the upper hand?
Look, in my soul, I feel like it's Mayweather, and I say this having zero knowledge of boxing.
As a black person, you say this?
All of my knowledge of boxing comes from Little Mac in Super Punch-Out. On Wii U, see me anytime, I'll fucking whoop your ass. Mm-hmm. Little Mac and who else? Who are some big boxers? I mean, Balrog, of course, a.k.a. M. Bison from the Street Fighter games.
Right. Right, he was called, right, this was a Japanese thing, right?
Right, he was actually M. Bison. Uh-huh. They called him Balrog.
Yeah, I know. D.respect knows. He knows.
No, you don't.
Okay, I think I have no clue who's going to win, but I believe this is going to end by knockout. I believe it's going to end by knockout. I think
they're going to distance, what? Okay? They're trading blows, a couple rounds, all right? It's going to go what? It's not going to be decision, win by decision. No
win
knockout,
by decision?
Right?
Okay.
All right. Mayweather wins by decision. What I want Pacquiao to win by decision. Mm-hmm. That's what I want, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay, all right.
So you know what? I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna go for my man, the tiny pedophile guy.
Yeah,
with the mustache. Pacquiao wins by decision. I'm only saying this in case a Filipino girl is listening and wants to touch me after this podcast. Okay.
There are no Filipino women listening to this podcast. Maybe a small Asian boy who resembles a Filipino woman is listening to this podcast right now.
What did you say? Okay, I'm sorry.
Was that you speaking Tagalog? What was it?
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh my fucking god. Phones are ringing right now.
By the way, I sent you that video. Please check it out. It's just like 23 seconds.
All right, I'm listening.
Okay, so my thing is... actually, no. Mike Tyson was asked who would win the fight, and Mike Tyson pointed out the fact that Mayweather has never dealt with anyone with a barrage of punching. So
he throws a barrage of punches, his fucking flurry to
exactly.
the hands.
There are too many punches that are being thrown each round. You know, Pacquiao apparently throws over 100, and Mayweather throws nothing near that. Mayweather's just very patient. He waits for you to just come to him. And, you know, he's a defensive fighter. So he thinks Pacquiao is pretty much going to be the victor because of that. But I just want to see a good fight. I have no fucking stake in this whatsoever. I don't care if one gets knocked out or the other, but it would be very interesting. Here's why this would be interesting. And I say this because the internet would turn into such a delicious, like a buffet of hilarious memes if Floyd Mayweather gets knocked out. The amount. Can you? All right. Future talk. Okay. Future talk. Consider this. Consider the fact that if Floyd Mayweather if his face hits the canvas, the amount of joy that's just injected into the world the next morning, that night, with these memes. It's the
gold mine. It's not just a knockout. It's a gold mine of opportunity for social media.
I know it's an opportunity.
Right.
But no, I don't mean about the opportunity. I just mean just the sheer joy. The sheer joy that will be brought to the world the minute he gets knocked out. I can only guess where it would go. Obviously, depending on the manner in which he gets knocked out, if it's real funny or something. I mean, if it's a TKO, then whatever.
What I would predict is something where it's like people get videos of him reading, and it's like, and he's like, bing, ding, ding. It's just his head hitting the fucking mat just over and over again. His head hitting the mat as he's talking, or saying shit like, "Man, UFC's for white boys, man. You ain't see no niggas out there." Bing, ding, and his head is just hitting the fucking mat. That's what I'm imagining.
That would be great. That would really be amazing. But let's see what happens. Let the chips fall where they may.
And speaking of chips, this has nothing to do with chips, but I'm excited about Avengers. Are you going to watch it?
No.
You have no interest?
I'm not going to say I don't have any interest. I The first one was sort of just a blur to me, and now getting along to this one, it's kind of just like, yeah, whatever.
I hope Bruce Banner fucks Scarlett Johansson, and while he's doing it, he comes so hard that it makes him angry, or she tells him like, you have a small dick and I fucking hate you, and he just and then he hulks out inside of her, and you know, everyone knows Hulk's dick. It's like fucking 3 feet long. So she just gets like punished from the inside, and it's not even. She doesn't even get torn apart. She just gets like a really bad urinary tract infection, and then she just can't. She can't fight with them in the last battle because she's in the hospital drinking cranberry juice
with a broken
and then everyone
vagina.
else stops. Yeah, everyone else stops fighting, and they go to visit her in the hospital. That's the end of the movie.
Showing concern for her damaged vagina.
Yeah, but they're still trying to fuck though. Hawkeye is in the back, like, yeah. So
Hawkeye is Jeremy
Renner, yeah.
Renner.
Unneeded. Him and Black
call him
Widow
Hurt
are
Locker.
unneeded.
I call him Hurt Locker. That's his name.
Yeah. Those two are unneeded on the Avengers team. They're the only humans. Bruce Banner is not a human. All right, they're the only fucking. Hawkeye, dude can aim really well. That's cool, but he's facing aliens. All right, Black Widow has no right to be on this team. If they wanted to get a chick on there just to fucking appease people, they should have got Miss Marvel because it makes sense. All right, she's a good actor though. Scarlett Johansson's great. I'm saying that the character though, get a superpowered individual there. Sue Storm would have been a better person to put in there. She's not human. She's enhanced. All right.
Excuse me, Sue Storm.
You know, Invisible Woman from Fantastic Four.
Okay.
She can do more than Scarlet Witch. Get Storm, Rogue, Jean Grey. These people would be better if you want a woman on the team. That's all I'm saying. Now, get someone more powerful.
What's the premise? Who is Ultron?
He's a robot, and I don't know what the traditional lore, like what he's from. I really have no clue. I know he's a robot, and the dude from Blacklist does his voice. What's the dude?
Oh yeah.
I know his face is in my head.
Yeah, and I know his name because
Terrence Howard. Yes, Terrence Howard.
I'm going to destroy y'all, man. As soon as I get the chance, man. Y'all done fucked up this time.
And that's when they figure out that he's fucking War Machine. James Spader.
Yeah, that's him. Did you have to Google that?
No. I just remember because I love James Spader in The Office. The last few seasons of The Office, he was great.
He played like
Robert California.
But he was like a dull, like ultra.
You didn't. He was such a troll. He was so manipulative, but you didn't know whether he was being serious or not. I mean, it was kind of like
he was only in a few episodes, though, right?
He was in a good number of them, I think.
Because he was trying to get Michael's position. He was vying for the position.
I believe he got Michael's position. He was the boss of The Office, but then he was transferred to Dunder Mifflin's. I said Mifflin. That's not what it is. Is it
Dunding Muffler? It's Dunder Mifflin.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen that show in so long. I forgot. Dunder Mifflin. He was transferred to the corporate offices, and that's where pretty much he worked for most of the episodes. But he was great. I love James Spader in that show.
Yes, I mean he's the robot in Avengers. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's sister is more famous than them now, and she's infinitely more talented than they are. So she's in this movie. And the dude who played Kick-Ass, and also, who else did he play? The dude from Godzilla.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in this movie.
Okay, right.
You know the main guy? God, he played another superhero, didn't he?
A Kick-Ass?
He played someone else. What else was he in?
Okay, he played Kick-Ass as well.
But that's all...
Yeah, and then he played Kick-Ass.
Right, okay.
After he played Kick-Ass, he played Kick-Ass, I believe.
Okay, shut up.
Okay, I just Googled it. He definitely played Kick-Ass.
Yo, I think Chloe Grace Moretz is 18 now, right? The girl who plays Hit Girl?
The girl who played... Yeah, she's
Wait, let me double check before I say what I'm about to say next. let me Google this. Hang on.
Hashtag Dominus White Girls.
Let me Google her age. Oh, she's 18. Mm-hmm. I'd fuck. Mm-hmm. You know what's sad is like you know I would have said that. You know I would have said that. Like, okay. Let me, I don't want to incriminate myself. I'm going to jail.
Okay.
I'm in the paddy wagon right now. You locked me up.
Yeah,
Cops knocking at the door. Come on out. We heard you.
I think it's about time that we, we tell these kiddies about our little announcement. What do you think?
I think so.
Okay. Give me a Don DeMarco. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Okay. Keep going with the Don DeMarco. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay. No. Okay. Because this 100th episode is just at the horizon, right? You've been with us through 100 episodes. The 100th episode of the Double D's podcast will be broadcasted via Google Hangout, and D's gonna have his daddy out. No, just kidding. What we're gonna do is we're going to offer you
So stupid.
some stickers. Yes, we said stickers. Now, on the screen, you will see 3 images that you've seen before, and what we've done.
Actually, one of them. Yeah.
Okay, one image that you haven't seen before.
It's fresh.
And these are the 3 stickers. Now, Dom is going to explain to you the size of the stickers. We'll explain to you the prices of these stickers and certain packages that you can, put together to get a deal on the stickers and the information of how to get to the stickers. But what I want to say is this. More than anything, this is really a show, a sign of support, basically, is how Dom and I view this. Okay, this is about more than just stickers. This is about 2 weird guys whom you don't know sharing ideas and entertaining you for about 100 episodes, and you just sitting there getting everything for free and doing none of the work. And I think some of you guys can appreciate that. So just what we ask of you is just, try and support us. We understand that, obviously you guys are broke just like we are. But you can do many things with these stickers. You can fucking put them on your laptops. You can put them on your sketchbooks if we have some aspiring Dominic Roberons out there. You can do many things with these stickers. You can put them on your butt cheeks.
You can put it on your dashboard of your car if you drive. Or if you don't drive like me and you want to be like a cool renegade artist, you can just put them, like you can create them into a graffiti thing and just kind of slap them on a wall,
And I see people every time. I see people with stickers on their iPad covers.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, you can put it on your iPad.
Put it everywhere.
Right.
And afterwards, we want you guys to tweet us when you do get it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what these stickers are, okay? They're about the size of my dick, so they're 3 inches, all right? And the first one is D.respect and I, all right? The cool UDD's logo on there, blue letters. The second one is the Great Underwater Eddie, all right? And the third is D.respect and I in the lineup, which is on the thumbnail of the iTunes where you should rate and review and subscribe. Obviously, all that shit. Now, the prices, all right? You can get one of these bad boys for $5, 2 for $8, or 3 for $10. That's all $10 fucking dollars.
$10.
$10.
$10, my nigga. $10. My baby moms takes $10 out of my check every week, my nigga.
For $10, I could eat a bowl at Chipotle. I'm saying it's a small meal. It's not that much fucking money. Imagine you guys are at a bar with us, and I'm sitting there trying to ignore you, and you just want to buy me a drink to show your support and your love. This is how you would do it. This is the same thing, okay?
Yeah.
This is what you're spending your money on.
Right. Buy us a drink.
Let's tell the folks how they can contact us and place
well,
their
this
orders.
is very simple. How we're gonna do this? I mean, we will do it 2 ways. If you have PayPal, which I'm assuming a good number of you will probably have PayPal, I know that some of you won't. All you simply have to do is email me at d.podcast@gmail.com, d.podcast@gmail.com. You guys know the email. Just email me with your name, your address, your order, which one of these 3 stickers that are on the screen that you would like, either sticker number 1, number 2, if you just want 1 or 2, let us know. And within a week or so, once we get all of the orders, we will send them out to you. And we also do want to mention that we probably will not be able to send any shipments outside of the U.S.
Yeah, because that shit is really expensive. It may happen in the future. Just keep in mind which ones you want and all that stuff. We may have to order some new ones. We'll keep you informed of how the orders are going. Blah blah. Thank you guys, etc.
And remember,
buy some fucking stickers. Get 3 of them. Get 6 if you want.
And just to let you know, we're ordering a very limited amount of them. Very small amount of stickers. So please, if you want the sticker, if you know you're getting paid on Friday, if you know you're getting paid soon, just email us. Leave any notes with anything, any requests that you have. Just let us know with your address and everything else, and we will get them to you as quickly as we can. Like I said, it's just a sign of support, really. We know they're just stickers, but they're pretty awesome stickers, I think, because Dom and I actually got samples of the stickers, and the colors look great. So please, just show some support because we've been sweating, blood, sweat, and tears here, just yelling at these microphones for you.
Don't think you can just get away with listening to shit for free. Mm-hmm. This shit ain't free. And you know what else? That was I could have easily done the Kendrick voice then, but I didn't. I saved you from that, okay? So just go ahead and put in an order. Don't be fucking cheap. Show us some support, okay?
What else could you spend for $10? What else?
You could buy a 1/10 of a hooker in an Asian country.
Okay. You
could buy like some of her fingers. I don't know what you would do with that.
I don't know if you could do that with $10. That'd probably be a bit more expensive. But yeah, just like Dom mentioned, once you get these orders, what would be very awesome is if you guys tweeted us, if you emailed us pictures of where you're putting these stickers, and what we'll do
You'll be rewarded for this.
Yeah, we can put them up on the video here when we're doing the podcast, and you guys just we'll put up the images. It'll be great.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks in advance.
Let's discuss something a bit more serious. And we don't talk about a lot of serious things here on the podcast. And
I think we talk about like the most serious stuff we get. We like sort of theoretical, existential stuff.
Yeah.
But like
that's our comfort zone.
It's been fucking crazy this past week here in the nation's capital, the USA. Up in Baltimore, you guys already know this shit. I don't have to tell you. Fucking, I'm not CNN, but there've been protests up in Baltimore, and there've been riots. And there's been a lot of violence happening. People are fucking mad at cops. Freddie Gray is dead. He's dead, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's dead. And there was a funeral funeral on Monday, and then people just started going ape shit. Flames, just fires in Baltimore. Hadoukens being thrown around, it's fucking nuts. Skeletons being brought back to life. Skeletons being brought back to life. No, in all seriousness, it's been nuts. People I know from Baltimore, though, have told me that the news has been kind of sensationalizing it, and it's not as bad as the news would have you believe. Because I mean, you got to understand that like they're making money from this too. They want to push these narratives and get people super angry one way or the other to sort of get you to pay more attention and all that stuff. And it's a loaded situation because what's fascinating to me about this one is that my opinion keeps swaying from one. It's a spectrum. This is not a black and white thing. It's not like oh, this is this way or this is that. It's like it's a fluid continuum, just like every other fucking issue. Mm-hmm. And I find myself like I think one thing. And then someone mentions something else. I'm like, wow, they have a fucking point too, and these guys as well. And I find myself, I'm trying to find how I feel about this. And what I think ultimately, it's like, while I am super against the fucking violence, I feel like Ray Lewis did kind of, except not as angry and passionate. But I mean, like, it's like I really am trying to empathize with why these people are angry. Just, you look at the history of, like, they're disenfranchised, they're fucking poor, and they're mad. So, I mean, it's like, them stealing Subway chips and all that, it's not even, them stealing Jordans, it's like, sure, it's fucking dumb, but, like, you gotta think about the context of, like, why they do that, and then it's kind of fucked up when you think about that. I don't know, it's just fucked up all around. and of course they're destroying their own community, but it's like, it's also, you got to think about why it's happening. I honestly don't even think that Freddie Gray was. I mean, he was, I think, a bit of a catalyst, but ultimately, it's like just pain from years of being fucked with by the cops. I mean, he's not the only, like, cops have been fucking gunning down people for so long, and this is like, this thing is bubbling over, and all these people also have nothing, and I've been talking a lot in this voice. And what do you think? I don't know, man.
Well, I think obviously these stories are interchangeable because, you know, this isn't the first time that this has happened. You know, this a few times, you know, as I said, and by the way, Dom and I are not breaking up simply because I'm doing a separate podcast. I was doing a separate podcast before Dom and I even started. So no, we're not breaking up, and Dom is not taking the kids because that's over my dead fucking body. All right. But yeah, I spoke about it on my other podcast, and it's, you know, I just feel like, one second. I just feel like okay, I'm a bit jaded, right? We're all jaded because we're smart people, right? We're not very informed. Well, hey, look, I didn't say we were geniuses. I said we were smart people. I said we were sensible people, logical people. So obviously, you know why these things get publicized. You know why these things get sensationalized. And the only thing that I get sick of at this point is just the need for acceptance. I think that us minorities always seem to have. We always are begging to be accepted by someone. You know? We're always looking to have our hands out because something isn't being provided for us.
Yeah.
And I do understand that there's a humongous gap between the haves and the have-nots, you know? And you have to understand that when we say the haves, a very small percentage of people in this country, very small percent, even down to like maybe the hundreds of people. I mean, I forgot what the number was. I saw a figure a few weeks ago that the top, I guess if you want to say the 1%, I think it's about one person that's within that top 1% makes the same amount that about 200 people, on average of 200 people make in this country, if I verbalize that right. So people in one guy in the 1% makes the same amount that about 200 people, you know, on average in this country make. So, you know, but these are obviously people that they carved this country into what they want it to be. You know, they know who, you know, they know how to arouse lobbyists. You know, they know who to put money in whose pocket in order to get what they want. But they also had
resources from the beginning to let them do that as well.
They did have resources from the beginning. That's why this is an issue. See, but the thing is I just believe in just how fucking serendipitous everything is. So if that's the card that you were dealt, then you have to move on from that point. I mean, I do understand that there are some. Look, I live in a neighborhood. It's not the Gaza Strip, but I live in a neighborhood where potentially people get shot. You know, once every 6 months, there's a shooting around here. Probably a lot more often than that. I'm just not in the streets enough to know who gets shot, but you can hear gunshots very often. You know, so I live in these neighborhoods. I've grown up in these neighborhoods, but I just get upset at just the need of acceptance that we all seem to have for I don't know who. I don't know if people are saying, look at how we look like in front of police, and that's why police do the things that they do to us, or look at how we look like in front of white people, and that's why white people perceive us this way.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, I don't get it. I just don't understand why we need to be validated by a certain group of people because, you know, you're just putting them up on a pedestal. But
I see what you mean. Yeah. It's like make your own shit. It's like, but this is kind of like how like Jewish people had this, and obviously like they have different sort, like they can assume whiteness, like they can like blend in and change their last name and be, do you know what I mean? Like they have these other advantages, but like they created their own communities and kept money within. Do you know what I mean? Like they did all this shit that I don't think. I think actually some people like, you know, the Farrakhan's and all them like have talked about shit like that, but I mean, I think that concept is pretty strong. Like you said, not really giving a fuck about this outside validation. Be like, okay, we're gonna build our own infrastructure then.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of stuff. But this is my issue. It's like I feel like it is the most daunting task. I can't even begin. Every time I think about this so often, it's like, how can we fix it then? Like, how can we fix these fucking poor environments and like the fact that so many black men are in prison? Like, I don't even fucking know what is it money? Like, I think it's probably time plus a lot of time plus a lot of money and just generations of us giving a shit. But that's so difficult because like it's so difficult because like I feel like I don't even. It's like I'm concerned about me and my circle of people, like my family and all this shit. And I'm just to think about like this bigger picture is like that takes so much fucking energy that I just don't even have.
And I think that that's the right approach because what's always the poster child for like change is a person like speaking in front of a group of people, and that's how you enact change. But honestly, it sounds very corny and very cliche, but I think it starts with you, and that's all you can do. I mean, you can only influence people up until a certain point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you I'll use this as an example. You see, the other day when I was at work, there was a guy who kept coming in and out because he had his car parked outside. So he was a black guy. So he comes in and out, and, I get done with him, and he comes back in the store looking a bit disappointed, and I'm like, okay, so, take your stuff so you don't get a ticket. And he said, nah, I already got a ticket. And I said, did you argue with him? He said, for what? Once they start writing up the ticket, they're not giving it back. They're not going to tear it up. And I said to myself, okay, look, this is a guy that's not going to get shot. This is a guy that's just, hey, look, I shouldn't have had my car outside of the building because I shouldn't be double parked here. I got a ticket because I broke the law. That's it. You move on. They gave me a ticket, whatever the fuck. Now, suppose if he tried to argue with this officer and the situation escalated and now I'm coming outside and I'm recording it and now it's this whole big thing and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But even though I of course, we all understand that shit happens, and even if somebody conducts themselves in a very respectable way,
you could get gunned down anyway.
It happens, but that's just the fucking it's like, it's very hard for us on this podcast to like really care about these kind of things when it's just like what the fuck do you want us to do, man? Like you fucking woke up this morning and you got in a fucking, can you build a train? You know what I'm saying? Like you got into, I don't mean to get too fucking existential, but I mean, you got up this morning and you fucking looked at your phone. You have no fucking clue how this thing works. This is just something that you bought at the fucking store. You were born, you're 20 years old. You were fucking born in Kentucky and your father's a fucking insurance salesman. It's like you didn't ask for any of this. It just all happened. And occasionally, with all the millions of people that we have in this country, occasionally people get shot by white cops and they're black people. Now, because they magnify it on the news, it seems like it's a huge epidemic and it's something that's ailing the country, and it's not. It's just being looked at with a magnifying glass. That's all it really is. It's just being looked at with a magnifying glass. And I don't say it to dismiss it. I'm just saying it because we've all been here before, man.
I think what you're getting at is like, I mean, maybe I'll word it a bit differently. I mean,
try to word it better, please, because I don't think I did a good job of it.
Yeah, you kind of, I mean, I also hate this feeling that I have to say the fucking perfect thing. I'm just going to say how I fucking feel, man. But like, I feel like this is just not new to me. It's like hearing about these guys black dudes getting shot. I mean, like, I've known this. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? But like the magnifying glass, I think what you're referring to is the fact that this attention feels temporary. Because, I mean, if you want to get in the future talk, I feel like we just have these buzz things. It's like, first, it's like domestic abuse, it's catcalling. I feel like these past 3 years since Trayvon or whatever, it's like black men are getting gunned down. But we're not gonna fucking pay it. We're not gonna fucking care. It's just gonna fucking fizzle out. And I feel like there's just not enough fire under this for us to even give a shit and do anything about it. Maybe cops are gonna start wearing cameras on them, but I just feel like the magnifying glass I think you're referring to is, it's like media organizations bringing attention to something that may be a problem, but it's sort of like, it's like they're benefiting from us talking about it and watching it on TV and having all the outrage. But I just think actual change, it's like there's so much anger and potential energy there for change, I think. But ultimately, I think we look at this the same way we do House of Cards or Game of Thrones. It's kind of like this thing that's on TV and separate from you, and it's just kind of like, oh, all right, well, that was like last season was just black dudes getting gunned down. Now it's this, and now it's that, and then we just keep floating through. I know this is kind of like a nihilistic approach I have, but
well, I mean, I think this is the consequence of just living in just such a populated society that you have no choice but to feel that it's yet just another thing that you're viewing. Just like
I think even if you care a lot, you still get swept up into this thing where it's just a wave. And then, like, even if you're the most militant dude on Twitter yelling about it, I think ultimately you end up, like, the next month you just end up being like, oh, fuck, I guess I'm back to talking about Street Fighter again. Because you just can't. It's like
this is
they keep sucking this energy out of you and making you yell about these things, and all of a sudden there's no one's talking about it. And even if you care about it, even if you're the only guy caring about it, then you're trying to get people to hashtag things, and no one else wants to do it. I feel like it's so futile to just I don't know.
This is low hanging fruit. I think that, like, for a media, for a media outlet, for a media company, I mean, I guess think of it in terms of if you are trying to introduce a new drug into the market, and you're claiming that this new drug does whatever. It enhances your memory, whatever the fuck. Now, let's say you're taking into account how much it's going to cost you to get this out to the public. Now, obviously, you have to educate the public as well. So it's gonna cost money to put advertisements into the education of what it is that your drug does. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Also, there's money that's gonna have to be put in to educate your employees so they can learn, so they can pass the knowledge off into the public. Now, think of something like that in terms of maybe something like ISIS, for example. Something that takes a lot of education and a lot of detail to get it through to the public about what it is that's happening. And now take something like fast food, for example. I got a burger and I want to get it out into the public. There's no education. I don't have to educate my staff. I don't have to educate the consumer. No money, no time goes into it. It's the lowest hanging fruit. It's a piece of fucking meat with bread. Eat it. And that's exactly what these race relation things are. These race relations are just like a fucking burger that's just served up to you. There's the news networks don't have to take any time in giving you all the details and educating you about anything. But they do have to, if, say, they want to scare you with Ebola, if they want to scare you with bird flu. There's a lot more shit that goes into that. You know what I'm saying? So that's not going.
But they also scare people with the idea of looters as well. It's like, look at all these savage black men. Aren't you scared?
It's still race relations. It's
it is.
It's still just race relations, and it's just the easiest way. And it's, what the fuck? I mean, Shakespeare. What did Shakespeare say? He said the world is a fucking stage. That's all it fucking is, really. And I agree with that. That's all it is at the end of the day. And I think that what you said about the whole thing with the Game of Thrones, and I'll repeat that. I think that's what happens when we just have a society with so many fucking people, and it's so hard for you to feel connected to somebody like a Freddie Gray. But of course, somebody's always going to turn around and say, well, what if it was your cousin? What if it was well, I don't know. What the fuck you want me to say? If he's fucking dead, I'm not going to go out in the streets and fucking loot. Is that what you're trying to tell? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to mourn with my family. That's what I'm going to fucking do if it happens. But you know what? It hasn't. It hasn't happened. But, I think we're both coming across as very insensitive.
Yeah, I think so.
But I guess we can't hide how we feel about it.
That's the thing. I don't want to fucking pretend, because now we can have a conversation. I'm not going to fucking pretend that I feel a certain way. And I hope my confusion shows through also. Like the fact that I'm really trying to understand how I even feel about this stuff. I hope. Yeah. And I think this is going to sound really fucking corny, but the fact that I'm confused and sort of talking about it and I seem insensitive, if you want to challenge that and sort of tell me some stuff and we have a conversation about it, that might lead to more, like, our conversation, us being humans and discussing it, will probably be way better, more of an effect than me just hashtagging something and then next month forgetting about it. If this leads to me really, like, thinking differently about something, that's probably, I mean, that's like a little change that can be made. Mm-hmm. And if we're talking about concrete things that can be done to change, I mean, this is, I think what I can sort of end this with is, if we're talking brass tacks, I'm not talking about me being mad. I'm not talking about me hashtagging shit. The thing I've always thought about is, like, I mean, is the thing I want to do the least is to go to some inner city school and do, like, or some community center and be like, hey, I'm doing a drawing class for 2 hours on this Saturday, and if I see some kid who has, like, abilities or something, maybe tutor him or some shit and do a little mentoring. I feel like that seems to me like the best thing I could do. Not give money to some weird, stupid organization or vote for a politician. I feel like maybe being face to face with a kid who has potential and is in a shitty situation and sort of helping him out. I think
that's how you make a change.
I don't think there's anything I could do outside of my social circle that's as powerful as that. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. That goes back to what I mentioned, because when people ask you, what would you do about it?
That's my answer.
And people would always say, oh, well, you know, I would, scream to the mountains. And it's like, well, everybody's approach is differently. And that would be some sort of a change, because obviously, what if you didn't come into this young man's life? What if something were to happen to him?
This young, cute boy.
This young, hot boy who you put on your lap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it could have been, and I might not have any effect, and that's honestly what I'm most scared of, dude. All these Teach for America programs where people go to inner city school, I'm gonna change these young black kids. Obviously, if you're white, if you're black, I'm gonna change these kids. I'm scared of the situation where it's like, it's not like they show in the fucking movies. I'm gonna tell you that shit right fucking now. You don't go in there like a shining star and you talk to these kids and then they're like, oh man, it's Julio over here and Tyreek over here.
Man, you don't know my life, man. Don't talk to me like you don't know where I come from, man.
Listen, Julio, I understand.
No, I seen too
it's
much.
Okay.
I seen too much.
It's okay. It's all right, Julio. In reality, he might say, you're stupid and ugly, and I'm gonna keep making fun of you until you cry leaving. And you made no difference. That is what you're up against. That's how deep and harsh these environments are. And you think it's tough for these fucking teachers going in there? Imagine growing up there. You know what I mean? It's like they're fucking done. Their dice has been rolled. The majority of them are gonna be fucked up and just. You know what I mean? Like this is the scope of the problem. That's why It's almost like me trying to grasp infinity. I'm like, I don't even fucking know where to begin. Mm-hmm. So
those movies are basically where some of that problem comes from, is that acceptance thing. Movies like Dangerous Minds.
With thinking that you can change it.
Well, just believing I am this white person and I'm gonna teach these little Negroes how to be people, like The Blind Side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I grew up in an environment like that, and like my public school, like I was in class with kids who were like, "Wow, man, these guys are like," and I had the teacher who's like, "I can reach these kids." Like, nope, no, you can't. They're gonna make you fucking cry, and they're gonna make you leave and push you away. So I mean, I know that's possible. So I'm not saying I'm gonna do some community college class and all these kids are gonna love me. No, I'm probably not even gonna reach one of them. I have no fucking clue, dude. And that's how tough it is. And no one wants to do it because it's difficult. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking tough.
No kid joins a gang because he wants to be a badass. That's not why kids join gangs. Kids join gangs because they want to be accepted, because they weren't accepted in their home, because they grew up in a home with one fucking parent and they never got love. That's why everybody joins it. Ironically enough, that's why kids join and they commit themselves to these second families, these families that they can choose. And if somebody comes into fucking school thinking they could change a kid in a fucking semester, this is a person that's been he's been deceived time and time again, by people who he cares about. Now you come in here with your fucking PhD and your fucking highfalutin aspirations of changing this kid's life. You're coming from a totally bad place. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. To end this sort of thing for me, I'll say that of course it's an injustice the way this kid was killed. From what I understand, obviously his leg was broken or it was fractured when he was dragged into the van, and right now we don't know what happened.
There were reports. The dude who was in the van with him was like he was trying to kill himself.
Right, he was trying to kill him. Right. And
I mean, regardless of even if that's true, that doesn't mean that all these other guys haven't been gunned down for no reason and shit. But I guess to close out, man.
No, wait, you fucking cut me off. No, shut your mouth. Jesus Christ. I mean to close off. No, what I was gonna say is, of course, it's an injustice.
Excuse me.
And though we may come across as just not the empathetic or sympathetic. What is it? Empathetic?
Empathetic, I guess.
Empathetic. Yeah, to the whole situation, it's only because I speak for myself that I'll say that I've only been an observer of these kind of cruel acts. I've never witnessed it firsthand. I've never seen anyone that I know or care deeply about to be harassed by police. But I know that if it were to happen, I know that I wouldn't. I don't know how I will react, but I know how I won't react. I know how I won't react to it. So there's no way to justify. It's not like Freddie's family is out there doing this. These are people who are not connected to him whatsoever, that are just being opportunists. So you can't justify that. Just like you can't justify what the police did, and we understand that. And we also want to mention about that. But what did you think about the mother who beat the shit out of her kid on the street, and now she's like a viral thing now?
See, I think that kid was an opportunist. I mean, he's not thinking about this big picture shit. And like, then again, one could argue that these people who are looting or they have nothing, blah blah blah. I mean, that's the environment I grew up in. Like, that's the kind of shit. It's like, are you like catching you outside, right? Like, are you out of your fucking mind? This is not how we behave. Do you know what I mean? That's my environment. It's like, I wouldn't have even been out there, first of all, but like if I'd gotten caught, that would have been the same react. It's like you do not like sully our name this way. The Rab Run name. Like you don't treat yourself like that. You're not respecting yourself by doing this. You're not respecting her as a parent. That's how she felt in those moments. It's like, I imagine it's fucking hard. She probably works really fucking hard to see her son, and she knows what it's like out there. Like, and there's cops with guns there, and he's throwing shit. It's like, you have no idea how dangerous this shit is, and it's like, I don't know.
How do you think people would have reacted to this if it were a girl and her dad was beating the shit out of her? Which I know that which, by the way, I know this has nothing to do with anything. It's just a hypothetical question.
I think Jezebel would have had a thing or two to say about the patriarchy. Jezebel probably would have came in. I don't fucking know. Yuck.
People would have disapproved of it, or it would have been the same reaction.
I think it would have been half and half. It would have been like, look, you guys can say that this is a good thing and all, but listen, we need to talk about domestic abuse. I think when there's a boy get his ass whooped, it's not about a physical abuse or some shit. But I'll also close this out by saying, anyone who thinks that I'm insensitive about this, don't think that I don't think about this shit all the fucking time. And I mean, I'm like, I feel like I don't even need to fucking say this. Like, you have no fucking clue how much I think about this shit, and the fact that I fucking try so hard in my life to be a good person and sort of prove that. I mean, I feel like, do I feel like I have something to prove? I mean, I think honestly, it's like society does. I mean, it's kind of like Black or the Berry. It's like they want you to feel. Sometimes they want you to feel like you're inferior, or like that's at least. It's like that's what you're up against. It's like chances are you're gonna go to jail if you're a black male here. So like, I mean, the fact that we're doing this shit right now and we're talking to you, like we're working, we're trying. I don't fucking know, but I also want to say, oh my god,
Was this you closing? Is that what it was? Because you fucking closed me?
No, this is me closing.
Oh, okay. Because you've closed several times, my friend.
Look, I want to close with this.
Oh, okay. What are you closing with?
You ever gone to Popeyes and
Of course I've gone to Popeyes.
You gone to Popeyes and you look at the back of the receipt after you're done wiping your face with all the chicken grease
and tears.
Yes, and it says share your feedback with us, and you'll get 2 pieces of chicken and a biscuit for free.
Whoa.
You ever see that?
No. I normally just toss the receipt to the side and just forget about it.
No. Look at it. Look, you get your receipt. Okay. All right.
I want to hear do you have the receipt in your hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm wiggling it around.
Where's the receipt?
I went and did the survey online. All right, and I gotta say, as I was entering the information, no. The moment I felt most fat and I felt bad about myself was like during this Popeyes survey. There was a question where it says, "Do you feel like Popeyes is a place for you?"
Do you feel like it's a place for you?
Yes. And I just sat there looking at that question. I was like, what does that fucking mean, dude? Does it mean it's not about chicken? It's asking me if I'm a.
Would you hang out at Popeyes?
Yeah, or do they have my best interest at heart? What does that fucking mean? Like, do you know Popeyes loves you? Do you think they care about you?
Well, technically, look at it this way. I mean, if you ate at Popeyes every day, would it still be a place for you? It would be the place where you'd fucking die.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're right. But, I mean, of course I clicked yes after sitting there and looking at it for a minute. The moment I felt most fat was when they gave me this validation code, which is what you need to write down and give to them with your receipt. And as I was writing down this validation code, I was like, what am I fucking doing in my life?
Mm. Yeah. But you're getting the chicken.
I'm getting that chicken, though. You feel me? I'm getting that chicken, though.
I think if I could remember right, the first time that I had done this, that I got the free chicken from the coupon was actually, the first people to do that promotion was actually John's Fried Chicken. Yeah, John's Fried Chicken first did it in 1988. And I remember that when I was on Clifton Street and right across the street from the Dunkin' Donuts where Mr. S. Dutton was actually.
Bullock. If I wanted some chicken though. I'm going to my aunt's place to get something. You feel me? I don't need to go out and buy that shit because that shit is full. It's full of toxins. Okay, I don't need to spend my money in a fucking restaurant. Okay. Plus you know that Popeyes is run by a Jewish man. Did you know that?
No, I was not aware of that. No.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Think about that.
You just stumped the directions guy. Is that what you just did?
What was that?
He just stumped directions guy.
Yeah, I was trying to be the guy who doesn't believe in anything. He thinks something is better. He always one ups you. Yes. Yeah, I like one up guy.
One up guy. Okay, that's his name. A question. Now you can do this every time.
Do what?
You can do multiple surveys and just get free chicken every time.
No, dude, that's not. No, you do. It says here at the top, you didn't read, my brother. You didn't read the holy text.
Okay.
The holy text here. It says 1 offer per guest every 30 days.
Oh.
2-piece selection at discretion of the restaurant. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, so that's the same thing I thought. I was like, you mean to tell me that every time I can go in there? No, it's not like that, dude.
Well, this podcast was sponsored to you by Popeyes.
You guys buy some stickers.
Yeah.
Also, if you have shit to say about Baltimore, fucking post it down there, man. Let's talk about it.
No, let's forget about Baltimore. Okay, forget about Baltimore. Right now, it's all about the stickers. Remember. Let's forget about Baltimore because when the Double D's podcast gets its 200th episode, you would have long forgotten about the situation. So whatever. Buy a sticker. Buy 2 stickers. Buy 3 stickers.
Come on, it's $10.
It's $10. Email me at d.podcast with your name, your address, and the order. Would you like sticker number 1, sticker number 2, sticker number 3, or all 3 stickers? Remember, 1 sticker for $5, 2 stickers for $8, and 3 stickers for just $10. Okay, that's 2 Starbucks coffees.
And I forgot something else, you fucks. 3 of you who order at random will be getting a mystery sketch, a hand-drawn, signed sketch from me. Okay.
Okay.
Out of my sketchbook. At some point in the future, maybe I become famous and it's worth some money and you're an idiot and you want to sell it on eBay, or you're a nice person and you just want to have some handmade art by someone.
Okay, that whole famous thing is unlikely, but still, you know, you can still get one.
Yeah,
you can still get one.
So order that shit, guys. All this shit is in the show notes. All this information. So yeah.